Welcome to My Skeptical Sister.
I'm Megan, the skeptical one.
I'm Erin, the believer. I looked really cool today
Okay.
because,
Did you dress as like Miss Frizzle or something?
oh no, that's just pretty normal. I did spill coffee on my white shirt almost immediately, so that was
Of
fun.
of course.
We were doing dismissal. We have a lot of walkers. That's my duty.
Uh-huh.
I'm hollering for our kids to come up. And as I'm walking out, I fell.
Oh no.
I felt like I have not fallen in front of people since I was in 6th grade, and I dropped the trumpet on the last day of school, or the trombone, and it went sliding down the hall, and people still from middle school will be like, remember that time on the last day of school? I'm like, yeah, I remember it. It's seared into my brain.
Worst.
I fell. I scraped up my laptop.
Oh, Erin.
I scraped up my phone.
Oh no. Girl, you hit hard.
I know, but look at, I mean, they don't sponsor us, but
they should.
these cases, what are OtterBox cases? Holy crap.
Yeah.
It's so good. It didn't scratch my phone.
Wow.
I scraped up my knees.
Oh, let me see them.
Oh,
Erin.
it's on both knees.
Oh my gosh. I'll trust the other one.
Yeah, thanks. Oh, this one's actually, I showed you the worst one.
Oh, okay. Well,
it's not as bad as it could have been.
That's how you should play it up. Get the most sympathy.
Right.
Definitely.
Obviously. I am the baby of the family. I know how to work it. I just had a mom who's probably the sweetest mom at Bloom. Like, she's cool too, and I keep trying to just like be cool and hang out with her, but
that's not the way to do it, Erin.
I'm never cool around her. And she sent me a message. Her little boy is like the most caring child.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it's fine. We're stragglers at this point. It's fine. I got a text. She was like, my son said you fell.
Oh no.
Are you okay? I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm fine.
Like,
it made
it made the ride home news.
Right.
Oh no.
I wrote back, I'm good. I'm embarrassed, but I'm okay. Just a little bit of a scraped up knee, no big deal. And she wrote back, well, he wanted me to text you as soon as he got to me to make sure you were all right. I'm like, oh, you're raising good kids.
Right. What a sweet kid.
Although Nora did say, you handled that really well. Like, you didn't cry or anything. I was like,
nice.
Well, when you're embarrassed, you just push that down. You go, yeah, my knee hurts, but no, it's fine. I meant to do it. It's fine.
Cool. Everything's fine. I can't feel emotions right now.
Yeah.
I got a safe face.
I looked so cool.
Oh man. You know what I love though? That's like Nora's sympathetic way. I mean, it's not like over the top like that little boy's, but it was like her way of being like, look, Mom, it's okay.
You didn't embarrass yourself any more than you had to.
I love that. That's Nora's way of showing care. That's awesome.
Yes. Yeah. Well, we do have something to talk about, but I don't want to go into too much detail because we're going to have a special guest soon about our very exciting Saturday night.
Oh, but it was so fun.
We got to go to Waverly Hills Sanatorium.
Yes, for a 2-hour tour.
A 2-hour tour.
A 2-hour tour.
Yeah, and we made it back.
We did.
Thank goodness, because we had a crew with us.
We did.
And by that, I mean our children.
Yeah, we took our 2 oldest, and that was quite funny and comical in itself.
Yes.
Here's what I've noticed that it's funny that I'll share this with all of our listeners, but I'm like, I will not say this on that interview.
Oh, because they'll never listen.
They'll never listen. I discovered that age 42 is the age that walking and letting audible farts come out is no longer
embarrassing.
No, it's still embarrassing, but you can't hide them. Like before age 42.
This is hilarious. I'm
so worried. 42, I could do it. I mean, I was like pro at it. I'm like, I can walk, and I know I could feel a fart coming along, but I passed right through it, and I got this down. It was like an art, if you will. 42 hit, and now I'm like, look, I am walking and farting all the time, and anybody around me, I'm going to pretend like it's my flip-flop.
It's a ghost.
Yeah, it's a ghost fart behind me. Oh, I should have blamed it on that. Actually, I didn't have to explain to anybody because luckily there were enough people.
Yeah, that's true.
But at least twice, I was like, oh, that was me. It's like, hopefully people think it's like the teenage boy that I'm with. Not me. Surely not me. Surely not me. But now everybody knows because, that happens apparently. Your finesse of things just tends to go. And you know what? I can't wait till age 43 because maybe age 43 will be when I just don't care.
Yeah.
Because I think at some point we're going to get to that point where we're just like, look, I don't give a fuck. I don't have time to care if you can hear my farts. Everybody farts. Get over it.
Right. Yeah, that's true. I'm down. I hope that's the case.
Yeah, but
because I'm not there yet.
No, I'm definitely not there. Oh, I'm definitely not there. Yeah. So it was embarrassing a couple of times, but I got past it and moved on to get creeped out a little bit. Can't wait to talk about that. Now, see, I could talk to you and the audience about this because they're not here. So
enough people to listen, but I love it.
I'm tuning them out, and I'm just thinking. Plus, I'm like, whatever. People listen to this; they have to sympathize with me.
Oh, 100%.
Who hasn't been walking and an accidental little toot comes out, and you're like, oh shit, that was me.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I know I've been around other people when it's happened.
And
I'm always like, stifle that laugh, stifle it down, because there's never a time when a fart is not funny.
Oh no, it's true. Never.
Except for maybe when you're teaching, and then all hell breaks loose when one kid farts so loud and you're like, oh Jesus, I just had him under control.
Well, like I said, I'm not going into too much detail, but I think we captured a ghost on camera.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Your camera, clearly, not mine.
On Sophie's camera.
Okay.
So they tell you, don't turn on your flash photography, don't do all this stuff, take multiple pictures in a row, whatever. And I truly saw nothing in any of my film.
Right.
Or film. I say film. It was all on my phone.
Yeah.
But I adjusted lights, nothing. There's nothing. Bummer. But Sophie took this picture. Are you
going to show this to me right now?
I am. Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
You're going to try to debunk it. But
well, I really wish that she would have showed it to me that night.
No, we do not know how to Photoshop.
You don't, girl. Your daughter
She showed me that night.
Savvy.
She showed me that night.
Okay.
Before we went to bed. Let's see. Oh, I gotta look.
So you had her in your line of sight the entire time?
Yes.
Okay. I really don't want to debunk this because I don't want to ruin it for her. She was so into it and it was so cute.
Oh my gosh, that's a horrible picture of me I just saw. Okay, hold on.
Isn't it shocking when you see yourself, or like when you accidentally turn on the camera and it's facing yourself and you expect to
it's horrible.
My God,
it's
horrible. I look like that?
Yeah, it's not good at all.
Never that angle.
Okay, so here's the picture. I'm gonna have to post this, and it's maybe the worst picture I'll ever post of myself.
Okay.
I look like somebody cast in an 80s movie as the dork.
Oh, I can't wait.
But anyways, there was a window inside a room, an interior window, and I put my arms up on the windowsill and took a picture.
Okay.
And I'm gonna show you before you lighten it.
Okay.
Before you lighten up the picture.
Oh, okay. I remember when this picture was taken.
And there's somebody behind me. Is that what you're going to say? Okay.
Yeah, that's an actual person.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. I got to remember how to do this. See, this is why you don't have to worry about me.
Yeah, well, whatever you're doing right now. Oh, you're just zooming in?
Yeah. Okay, so now it did look better when she showed me. But maybe let me put a filter on it. But look.
Well, yeah, if you put a filter
No, not like a ghost filter.
All of a sudden there's like a little spooky ghost.
Okay. Now it is light, but it is humanoid-like. Look right here. Head, shoulders, knees and toes. No, it's just head and shoulders.
Did she study every picture?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, that's so cute. Okay. She had to study every picture. So, okay, I see a shape. I will give you that. I see a shape.
A humanoid shape?
I see a shape that you could think, oh, that looks like a human.
Okay, but taller than it should be. All white.
Yes. Also, if you look at everything else in here, like every part of the wall, every part of everything, that could just be a part of the wall in the back.
Let me see it again.
Not even a...
Let me see it again. I feel like that wall is too...
It could be...
dark and too out of focus.
It could also be a piece of concrete that was jaggedly out there.
Okay, or it could be a ghost.
I'd have to go back to Waverly. Okay, invite us back.
We'll do the overnight tour.
We'd like the overnight tour just so we could see this. It's going to take us all night to examine it.
All right. Okay. Well, I wanted to show you that. Isn't that cool?
Mm-hmm.
It is cool.
It is cool. The whole experience was cool.
Yes.
It was so fun to go with, in my opinion, because I'm a skeptic. So it was fun to see it through the eyes of like Sophie and Blake, and they were so excited, and
yeah,
that was really fun. And it to me, the history was the most fascinating part.
Yeah. It was very interesting.
So even though I didn't feel like anything paranormal happened to me, shocker, it was something I definitely would go back and do again, because just listening to the stories and hearing about the people that were there and tragedy, man, it was sad too. But it was a very interesting piece of history that's right here in our hometown.
Right. And you get to see a really cool, maybe the most convincing ghost picture I've ever seen right at the beginning. But they wouldn't let me didn't ask if I could take a picture, but I was like, I feel like you're not going to let me take a picture. So I didn't ask, but it was really interesting.
Yeah, I did like that. The tour guide, or our tour guide, I don't know if they all do this, but our tour guide would stop in a room and then say, like, this was taken in this room.
Yeah.
By like other people on a tour, and then come around and show us their picture. But you know what my debunk is to that. But the picture itself was really cool.
All right. I think we're ready to move on to some scary stories.
Let's rock and roll like old days.
All right. So I'm going to go to our Reddit page.
Reddit? Is
that what it's called? A Reddit page? Because it's not like our Facebook page. I don't own this.
Is it a forum?
I'm going to go to our post that has other posts on it.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. I'm going to read a story from Megan.
Not me.
Not you.
Although I do want to try acid.
Oh, well, spoiler.
Oh, sorry.
I haven't told them what it's about.
You just told me. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So this says, I had a very weird paranormal experience, but it was while on bunk acid.
I don't want to try bunk acid. I don't even know what that means, but I don't think I like it.
Doesn't sound good. But if that's something you're willing to tell on the podcast, as it's NSFW. No sweat, frickin' Willy.
Hold on. NSFW. Like crazy. So what would be crazy? It's
not sure. Freaky Wonker.
It's got to be that one. It's got to be that one.
I don't know what it could be. NSFW.
If you know what NSFW stands for, it sounds like a wrestler.
Not short for work.
Not short. That sounds right. Not short for words. We'll move on.
Okay. All right. So letting us know she was on acid.
Okay. So already I'm going to let you know what my debunk is going to be.
All right.
It was a squatter. I'm just kidding.
You're so dumb. Okay. To start off, I don't know what I would call my experience, but supernatural and paranormal are key words after 2 years of processing this. I am an avid fan of spooky anything and have never had an experience that I can't explain besides this.
Oh, did she forget she took acid?
I mean, I don't know. I also have not read this yet. Forgive me if my descriptions are confusing. It's so hard putting into words what I saw.
Okay.
Lots of backstory to explain how it all went down. Sorry. This happened during the height of the COVID lockdown when everyone was quarantined and everything was shut down. I was essentially stuck in Alaska due to Canadian borders being closed.
Wow.
Yeah, it depends on where in Alaska, but that sounds so cool to be stuck in Alaska, but not like you better chop your own wood to survive Alaska. Is that all of Alaska?
I think I'd be okay with that, but like
most of Alaska.
Yeah, I think that's most of Alaska. But stuck with who? That's my question.
Oh yeah, that's true. Not whoever's supplying you with bunk acid.
Right. Okay. Oh, yeah. Let's get to the bunk acid part.
Okay. I was there for a 3-month externship.
What's an externship instead of an internship? You go somewhere else. Intern, you go in. Ex, you go out.
Like almost like
exported.
One of those nannies that come from other places.
Oh, au pairs?
Yeah, like an au pair, but this is for a different job. So they're an externship.
Interesting.
Huh.
We probably have that totally wrong, but but NSFW.
NSFW, that's what I always say. So
that's what I always say.
I was there for a 3-month externship. Then COVID hit, so I couldn't go home. So I was living in my boyfriend at the time's trailer.
So stuck with a boyfriend. That's not too bad. Depending on the boyfriend.
Now ex, so who knows?
Oh, okay.
That he was living in with some friends. How big is this trailer?
Right. They can get pretty big, though.
Okay. That's what she said. It is a very small, rundown old trailer. Nope, very small. That was just one long corridor.
Oof.
With the kitchen at one end sectioned off with a half wall used as a bar/countertop where this took place. an open living room, and then a narrow hallway with bedrooms at the end. The bar counter had chairs on both sides. My boyfriend and I were sitting next to each other inside the kitchen, facing the entire trailer. Some light was coming in as it was late summer in Alaska, so it's pretty much dusk from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m.
Oh, it's so weird.
It's so weird. Because we had nothing better to do, we bought a crap ton of acid at a conveniently low price from a friend of his to enjoy on some camping trips and while hanging out at the house. We took some and went for a hike. Oh my gosh.
Went for a hike? No. I don't think you go for hikes on acid, do you?
No.
Is that a thing that acid people do?
Probably Alaskans do that.
Oh, damn. They're so cool.
They are so cool. And Megan was there on an externship, so she's probably pretty cool too.
Cool. Yeah. The mom in me says no.
Absolutely not. The lazy person in me who gets lost a lot says no as well.
That's how we'll make you like hiking.
Oh, no, absolutely not. Okay. We took some and went for a hike to a familiar area with a little river at the end, and we planned to take a couple tabs each at the beginning of the hike. And I, being a big fan of LSD, and while activation times are pretty unpredictable,
oh, okay.
Didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, activation time. That sounds so professional.
I know.
Okay.
I have gotten very familiar with all of the different ways it'll feel and affect me as it starts to hit and during the actual trip.
That's amazing.
That is so cool.
I want Megan to be my acid guide.
Yeah. And then I want somebody else fully sober there.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's my thing about drugs is I have too much control, an issue with I have to be in control.
Yeah.
That's why I don't ever do anything. It's like, no, I know what it's going to be like to be drunk.
Yeah.
That level of uncontrol, I'm okay with. But in order for me to have a good time on drugs, I'm like, here's what I'm going to need. Get your pen and paper before we can.
Don't let me do anything stupid.
Nothing stupid.
No one is allowed to document anything.
Too many rules for me to do acid.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. Okay.
I don't think it's for me, but this story might convince.
Oh, yeah. I mean, no, it sounds amazing.
Yeah. Oh, I'm absolutely not judging. I hope that does not come off as judging. I think it's really cool. I just don't think I'm cool enough. Dude, you're going to see that picture that I'm going to post later and you're going to be like, you're right. She's not ready.
Although the 80s dorky girl in every 80s movie, they end up transforming into like.
Oh, I thought you were going to say on acid. I'm like, they do?
But she ends up becoming so cool. I bet she does acid.
Yeah, that's my future story. Mm-hmm. Just wait, everybody. We got to the river. I laid back for 2 hours and realized nothing was happening. So look, nothing's even happening. So we tried taking more.
2 hours in. Wow.
So we tried taking more because at this point it had been 3.5 hours approximately since first taking it.
Oh, this is where the word bunk comes in.
Yeah, it's like it's didn't not work. Acid.
That's funny. To me, I'm thinking like it made you have a really bad trip, but I guess that's not how acid works.
I don't know.
Okay, who knows? Go ahead. Somebody out there is going to listen to this and laugh.
Or be like, shut up and read the story. No, I'm kidding.
Well, I think they do that every episode. Right. So whatever, they keep listening. It's on them.
Oh, that's true.
No, but somebody out there who does acid a lot is like, these two, they've got to be laughing at like
Megan is listening.
Yeah, like, right.
She knows what is it?
The activation time.
Activation time.
That's amazing.
That is incredible. To know your body so much, to be like, well, this will hit me here.
Right.
Okay, so we tried taking more because at this point, it's been 3.5 hours approximately since first taking it. And that's just most likely bunk acid. I stared at the trees for 2 more hours and absolutely nothing. Wow, that's so
commitment.
Patient.
That is commitment.
2 more hours and absolutely nothing.
But I cannot wait for this.
Nothing but a little fiber in my diet from the paper I ate and boredom.
Oh, okay. So starving.
Yeah. Yeah, but like the only thing that's doing anything is that little fiber from the paper of the acid.
Funny. Megan's funny. We're just no
funnier than us. We chalked it up as a loss and went home. Nothing ever hit. We gave several friends some for free and said, if you feel anything, great. If not, great. Nobody came back and said anything positive. Just, damn, that sucks. A couple weeks go by and we're sitting in the trailer at about 8:30 p.m. and say, hey, screw it. Let's try them again. Maybe they miss half the sheet and we'll get lucky. So we said cheers and took 4 tabs each. Oh, that sounds like so many.
I was drinking when you said that. I was like, oh, no. 4 tabs. It's too many.
Megan, how old are you?
Too I mean, she's having a good time. Let's not judge her.
I'm not judging. I'm just saying, like, I can't keep up.
I just wanted to be safe. That's all.
I know.
When did I become such a mom? It's fine. Go ahead.
Okay. So we said cheers and took 4 tabs each and prepared for a wild night, but neither of us expected anything would happen. We figured if we took a lot more than a usual dose, if there's anything on here, we will know. Here's where it gets weird.
You took 4 tabs.
Yeah.
It's okay. Go ahead.
Fast forward 3 or 4 hours. A friend came over and was sitting opposite of us. We again felt absolutely nothing and agreed it was bunk acid, and we got ripped off. If there was anything on those tabs by this point, we would know. So his back is facing the living room and hallway. The friends.
Why? What's he doing?
I don't know.
He's sitting with his back to them?
Maybe they're watching TV or something.
Okay.
Maybe he heard something.
Okay.
Wait.
Seems like a very antisocial friend to have over.
No. His back is facing the living room and hallway.
Oh,
he's facing them.
Okay. Wow, what a conversationalist. Okay, sorry. I'm with it. Let's go.
Okay. We're all chatting, and as I'm staring down the hallway behind my friend, I see this weird change in the air. I have no clue how to describe it, but the air looked staticky. Not everywhere, just a large, tall area where the air just looked weird.
Where have we heard this? Recently, something about staticky.
Oh, yeah, we did hear that.
It was in one of our stories. I can't remember which one, but go ahead.
I don't know. That's weird. Like it was vibrating. Sounds insane, I know. Like I said, I'm pretty familiar with LSD, and so I really don't believe this was connected to that, but it could be. As a hopeless skeptic, I completely would understand if it was, but it wasn't like I was having visual or sensory effects in any other area except this one tall, large spot. I didn't say anything and brushed it off, but it stayed there. It was about 10 feet behind my friend and sitting in the same spot by the window. I thought it was just something natural going on. Disregarded it. Then it moved closer. Very slowly, but very smoothly, just came closer. I got this deep, unexplainable feeling of dread and was extremely uncomfortable, but still didn't say anything. Suddenly, it was like it was standing directly behind my friend. There was a large outline around him of this weird, staticky place. I must have looked really scared because my boyfriend looked at me and said really quietly, almost quivering, "Do you see that too?"
Oh, shit.
And my heart dropped. Oh, I don't like that. Now, I truly believe you can convince someone to see anything. And if the idea is put in your head, you'll maybe go along with it. Or your mind might put something there because you're told about it.
I agree, Megan. Absolutely.
I never said anything about what I was seeing, but my boyfriend tells our friend, "There's something behind you." Our friend laughed and gave us a whole very funny game, but I could tell my boyfriend and I were both seeing the same thing, and our friend finally saw how terrified we must have looked because he turned around but said he saw nothing. He left shortly after, and we were trying to explain what we saw, and we were finishing each other's sentences describing this thing. So organically, like if there was a dog there, we could easily describe what it looked like to each other. I went to the bathroom to take a breather and stared in the mirror to see if I could see any visual hallucinations you could get if you were tripping. That's my go-to. Does my face look like not a face? Bam, it's go time. Nothing, just me. I came back and my boyfriend was standing with his arms stretched out, and it was...
your eyes got so big. It was what?
Okay. I came back and my boyfriend was standing with his arms stretched out, and it was fucking in the thing.
Wait, what?
His arm is in the static.
And so now you can't see the arm anymore?
I don't know. He looked terrified. It looked like he was trying to touch it. That's when I knew we were seeing the same thing.
Oh, shit.
I was freaked out and kept reminding myself that our friend told us we must actually be tripping and there's nothing there. But then the thing went back toward the bedrooms. Just the same big tall blob of weird looking air going slowly back down the hallway. I should also mention it got freezing during the whole ordeal, so we cranked up the heat, but once the situation died down, we were both sweating like crazy.
Weird.
So, that could be acid though.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I said that like that. Weird.
Okay.
Tripped out.
So we go to bed and I walk to the room and it feels like the air is just very thin, like I've just gained 200 feet of elevation. And it's a little more noticeable to breathe. It's freezing in the bedroom. By this point, I was terrified and I ran into bed and did not move until it was morning.
Oh, wow.
I spent the next weeks telling anyone I could about it. And the minute I brought up the acid, even to friends that tried it and didn't feel anything, they brushed it off. But I truly believe this was something real. I know this story is all over the place and might not be what you're looking for. But when I tell you that this was the one experience of my life where I have felt a deep fear like nothing else, I mean it.
Ooh, that's weird.
If anybody can even come close to helping me understand what I might have seen, please comment. Like I said, I have spent 2 years now thinking about it frequently, and I cannot understand it. No matter how many times I try to believe it was just me on acid, I know that's not the case. Two people seeing something that's not really there, but not influencing the other's perspective of it. Temperature changes, atmosphere change. I can't explain it. If anything, I hope you get a sense of what the fuck reading this, because that's the only statement I can make regarding it. Literally, what the fuck.
Well, I think it's official. We have to do acid to find out.
Oh, no. I wasn't expecting that. Weirdly.
I know. I don't know why. Yeah, I think that's where we're going to have to go with this, is to try acid so we can know for sure.
Well, all right. If Megan is willing to come down.
Yeah, right. Megan's got to travel from Canada, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, she could just hop in the car with my in-laws next time they're coming. Just like, it would be a weird explanation.
Grab Anna in there. I mean, could you imagine? That would be a motley crew.
Oh my gosh. Maybe we just need to go on a Canada tour.
I think you might be onto something.
This is not like a spoiler. We're not announcing any tours.
Good call. Yeah, we got to say that right now. No, we wish. We got to get a little bit bigger, but these mics.
Yeah, right. Hello.
You never know. Okay. So, first of all, Megan, that's exactly what we're looking for.
Yes.
What a great story. Great story. Whether it was acid induced or paranormal or some sort of weird something, static is weird.
Right.
And so I feel like I keep trying to think back to which story it was that static was a thing in it. And wasn't it Amanda's, the one that your tutor?
Yeah.
Wasn't there static in her story somewhere? Like they saw some like weird creature that was staticky?
Maybe. That was a long time ago.
It was a very long time ago. I think there have been 2. And then I think recently there was one.
Yeah.
So here's my thing, Megan. You want answers. You're going to need to do a deep dive into our podcast. You're going to need to get a little acid.
Yeah.
Have some fun, get a little trippy, put on our podcast, make our numbers go up. In fact, maybe ask all of your friends in Alaska and Canada.
Yeah, to listen
in and do a deep dive, see if they hear anything.
Right.
And then let us know what you find out, because we don't remember. Once I do an episode, I don't remember.
Yeah, it's out of my brain forever. Although yours is a little bit better because I forgot the static thing. So you're a little bit better.
Okay, I'll take it.
Okay. I obviously always want to go paranormal.
So yeah, if you had to go paranormal, what would this be? A ghost?
I have no idea. Maybe a ghost, because it's like playing with the air around it, and
okay,
I don't know. But my first thought wasn't even acid. My only debunk to what I'm about to say is that the friend who wasn't on acid didn't see it. But okay. So have you ever seen those like lightning balls that like slowly move low to the ground? There is like a phenomenon, a natural phenomenon. Phenomenon. Okay. There's a natural phenomenon of like electricity and light. I know it's not the same thing, obviously, because I feel like they'd be on fire if this was in their trailer. But
right.
Oh gosh, I'm gonna have to just show you the video.
Look it up. What do they do?
They like, it's almost like they walk slowly along the ground. Like they're not walking. It's like they're hovering.
What is my face doing right now?
It looks skeptical.
So this is something that's happened like with science.
Yes.
So it's like a natural.
Yes.
Lightning not disaster, ball. But occurrence, a natural occurrence, a science occurrence.
Lightning ball phenomenon right here. Okay, look, it's on the History Channel.
Oh, well then it's legit. Although I think like they've got ghost hunter stories on the History Channel.
Yeah, because it's legit.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, there were ghost hunters all throughout history, but were there really ghosts? Poor hunters.
I do believe. Okay, so that is a real phenomenon that science has seen, but Can't quite explain why it happens, I don't think.
Okay.
So
you're thinking this ball of electricity / lightning was in their trailer.
Some kind of weird static thing. I'm saying I don't think it's that thing exactly.
Okay.
But nature does weird things.
Yeah.
With air. But the fact that the friend turned around and couldn't see it is also weird to me. So maybe it was a ghost.
That might be the most intelligent thing that was ever spoken. Weird things happen with air.
With air? That's
what you just said. I mean, weird things happen with air.
Weird things happen in nature, I said.
No, you said.
Well, I meant in nature. And you knew what I meant, okay? You knew.
I know. Okay. So static electricity of some sort.
Yeah. But the fact that the friend didn't see it proves it's a ghost to me.
Okay. It proves to me it's acid.
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
I don't either. I mean, it is strange that nobody else who took the bunk acid had anything else happen.
Right.
But even she explained that, like, I mean, if you get bunk acid and you think like, oh, this is just a bad batch, you would throw it out. But the fact that there's a possibility that maybe half the batch is bad.
Yeah.
And some of it might be good. I don't really know how you make acid or I'm thinking like in a basement or something. I don't know. You got like burners going on. I'm thinking like, what's his name is there?
Breaking Bad.
Yeah. Walt's there. Walt's totally there. You know, so anyway, like a baking sheet.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, and then
little papers and there's like a panda on it.
Yeah, that sounds good. And then they like lay it down.
I don't know what we're talking about.
Somebody accidentally like trips and falls, and then like all the acid tilts to one side.
Oh yeah.
So I think
they sat there for hours and nothing happened.
It was that slow release acid.
Okay, gotcha.
I don't know. The fact that any sort of like hallucinogenic was even in there is just enough for the skeptic in me. But at the same time, she even says she's a true skeptic.
Yeah.
And she experienced it. So I definitely think she had that experience enough for her to be like, I'd keep going back years after.
Right.
And thinking about it. So
yeah,
that is interesting. And it's a great story. And I don't know what it is. It doesn't say ghost to me.
Yeah.
Because she also didn't say it was like in human form. It was just like there.
Yeah.
Almost like a black hole or some sort of like blip in the universe or some sort of weird thing.
What did her boyfriend feel when he was reaching out to touch it?
Good question. What did his hand feel like?
Did it feel like, like when you get shocked?
I bet it sounded like that.
Yeah. Yeah, like a little bug zapper. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. All right, I don't know. Fascinating. Yeah, I love it. Thank you for letting us read that story, Megan.
Absolutely. When Megan comes for our acid tour, we'll ask her all these little minute questions.
That is when we finally get big enough to do a tour. It's going to be called the Acid Tour.
The Acid. We're so badass. We even know how to make it.
Yeah, true. Clearly.
Just explained it to you.
Oh my gosh. So I think the first time ever, we've had many repeat people, but this is going to be 3 weeks in a row. We can't get enough of Sarah.
Oh, I know. 3 weeks. Oh, yeah.
Sarah was our fan favorite. And then we read that story last week. And then it was so good. We got to read this one.
Sarah is killing it. Well, let's just get into it here. So Sarah, because that last story, I wonder if it had anybody as
on the edge of their seat.
As it did me. I went back and listened. I was like, okay, maybe I over-exaggerated a little bit, but in the moment listening to that story,
I know Amber wrote on our Facebook page, she was like, does anybody know if she left that man? Because
it was a wild story. It was wild.
Yeah.
So if you haven't listened to that story, go back to last week's episode, give that a listen.
Yeah, we are reading them out of order.
Yes. So this is her first one that she submitted to us, and the title, the subtitle, what is it called?
Subject line.
The subject line is, if I was in a horror movie, I'd definitely be dead first.
Oh.
So what does that mean? Why?
Because she made dumb moves.
She goes to check it out.
She had sex.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
She leaves the group and goes a different way.
Leaves the group to go have sex. Ooh, double whammy. Double whammy.
Or leaves the group that she just had sex with.
Ooh, that sounds like a fun party. I'm just saying. That's a fun party. Okay. Either way, someone had sex.
Yeah.
Sarah's like, no.
Nobody had sex.
It's not at all what happened here. She'll never write us again. So at least we got 2.
Sorry, Sarah.
At least we got 2 out of her. Okay. Hi, sisters. Thank you so much for making me your fan favorite. You're welcome, Sarah.
That's right.
Thank you for being fan favorite worthy. As promised, I'm finally sitting down to write my stories. I always had one excuse or another for not submitting them, but no more.
That's right.
That's right. You're a fan favorite. Get on
Nobody has any excuses at this point.
Mm-hmm. I noticed last week that Megan shares a birthday with my favorite cousin, Rebecca. So as a birthday gift to both of you, I decided to submit this first story.
Oh,
I love that. In 2016, my cousin Rebecca invited me. Oh, that's fun. I guess I didn't correlate that the story was about Rebecca. Okay. So just now. It's been a long week, Erin. Shut up. In 2016, my cousin Rebecca invited me, my 2 sisters, and my husband to go camping with her in West Virginia. None of us like camping. That sounds like, who do I know? That?
I like camping. I just don't like hiking or like.
Okay, that's right. Yes, we discussed
exerting myself.
Okay. You're right. None of us like camping, but then she explained that the place she wanted to go was Lake Shawnee and that it was haunted, abandoned, and an amusement park.
Yes, I'll go camping there.
You would?
Yeah.
Miss, I don't want to do a Ouija board.
Yes.
I don't want to invite anybody.
I'd love to see a ghost.
Okay.
I would not love to invite a demon to terrorize my life.
Very specific. Okay. Only here are demons. Only here are ghosts. Where are you going to pick to go camping?
The ghosts. That's not the...
Well, how are you going to know the difference between a campsite with demons?
Demons don't just hang out at campsites to hunt. Demons get summoned by boards.
Okay. What if someone went camping with a Ouija board the
week
before?
Then I would say, no thank you to that part.
How are you going to know?
Because I'm not inviting it. I'm not partaking in the Ouija board. They don't just like hang out and look for a soul to latch onto.
I don't know what the rules are.
I know.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
This park was featured on episode 1 of The Unexplained with William Shatner. I watched that. Gosh. I think this was before I even said that.
That is weird.
That is so weird. Okay.
If you want some inside dirt about William Shatner, you should join our Patreon.
Yes, you should.
Because last time we hung out with William. No, I'm kidding.
No, but we do have we can spill some tea on William Shatner. We got some insider trading information on him.
No, we don't. No, we do not.
By inside trading, I mean like
inside gossip.
Yeah, there you go.
No, nothing criminal has happened.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
What if he listens to this?
What if he becomes a Patreon?
He wouldn't. He'd sue us. Okay, would you read it?
A ghost hunting company was offering guided tours and telling the legends of the area. And for the price of your ticket, you also get to camp in the park overnight.
Oh, I want to do it.
Right? We were sold. We got to the park around 6 o'clock. We set up our tents and we joined the large bonfire and mingled with around 100 other guests.
Whoa.
This is so fun. That also signed up for this experience. Everyone seemed to be in a good mood and ready to see some ghosts. We were just waiting for it to get dark.
That's awesome.
Oh, so fun. Because you can't hunt for ghosts while the sun is up. I mean, everybody knows that, right?
Obviously.
That's ghost hunting 101. Finally, the sun sets and we split into groups of about 12 or so people who I bet are drunk, don't you think?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. This is so fun. We are all told that we will be visiting 6 different spots on the property, each with its own ghost stories and sightings. Mm-hmm. We had been waiting for hours for the tour to begin, and as soon as our tour guide begins talking and says, okay, the first place we're going to visit is, we hear the sounds of tires squealing and a loud crash, followed by the sound of a car horn continuously blaring.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man, that's awful. Someone has just crashed their car and it doesn't sound good.
Oh man.
We are out in the middle of nowhere. There's a gas station a couple of miles up the road, but no other real commerce around for miles.
Commerce. Is that like people who sell things?
Like commercial area.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Everyone...
I like how you got quiet when you said it in case you were wrong.
You just gotta make sure. Okay. Everyone looks toward the sound, but we can't see anything because there's a tree line blocking our view to the road. but the sound was definitely not more than a couple of 100 yards off. About a dozen people started running toward the crash, just sprinting to see if they can help. Oh, I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah.
It's scary. Other people want to go up, but are stopped by friends and family members. Apparently, nurses love ghost hunting because most of the people that ran were trained medical professionals.
Oh, wow.
No one in my group left, although my husband, name redacted upon his request.
Oh, wow.
The complete skeptic. Also, good thing, because he's in last week's episode.
Oh, yeah. We didn't say his name, did we?
I think she redacted it that time, too.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully. Just blurts out, fresh ghost? Oh, no. That isn't
good timing to redact your name.
Yeah, I think that's why you redact him, for sure. As his immediate response to the sound. That's a horrible husband. Maybe that's why he's such a sleepwalker.
Yeah.
His morals, his lack of morals are keeping him up at night.
It does sound like she's still with him. I mean, questionable.
And also, it's that dark humor. It's that dark. It's kind of one of those, too soon. But yeah, definitely a little too soon. All those in earshot then gave him confused, horrified, and astonished looks.
Oh, no. And you got to spend the night with these people.
Yeah, that's not good. He didn't say much in the evening after that. After about another hour of confusion and chatter, the news finally reached us that it was a single car accident. The driver was a teenager.
Oh my
gosh. Who was texting and driving.
Yikes.
That's horrible. The car was totaled, but he was uninjured.
Oh, good.
Thank goodness. Okay, that makes that joke way funnier now. So we walked to the first of 6 sites at midnight. So they're like, okay.
You good?
Yeah,
we're out of here.
Good? Okay, sweet. Let's go. We are at least 3 hours behind schedule. Despite the delay, many people are still ready to see some ghosts, and we walk to our first site, which is the Ferris wheel, and it's still intact and even standing through the amusement park.
Why did you say ooh? Just because Ferris wheels freak you out?
Well, yeah, it's an abandoned.
Yeah.
Imagine how large a Ferris wheel is.
Okay.
No, that wouldn't freak you out a little bit?
I don't think so. It's a Ferris wheel. I've never had anything scary happen on a Ferris wheel.
I feel like scary things happen all the time on Ferris wheels.
I feel like only in Scooby-Doo do scary things happen on Ferris wheels.
Whatever.
Okay.
What is that? Final Destination. Something happened with the Ferris wheel.
Which one's Final Destination? Is that Bruce Willis?
No, where they're like gonna die, like death is chasing them.
Oh, Final Destination with Devon Sawa.
My old boyfriend. Goes back to him. Now you remember.
That's right.
Okay, so the Ferris wheel is intact and standing, even though the amusement park has not been opened since at least the 1980s.
Huh.
There's no parking lot or asphalt paths. Asphalt paths. Say that 3 times fast.
Asphalt paths. That's our title.
Yeah, asphalt paths. Okay, there's no parking lot or asphalt paths anywhere on the property. Just a few structures from the old park and a gravel drive to get you into the campground. The fact that there is a Ferris wheel standing in the middle of the property with ivy growing up most of it gives us the spooky vibes right away. I'm not alone. It is spooky.
I mean, I bet it would look spooky, but I just don't think like, oh, Ferris wheel.
I don't feel like I did an Ferris wheel. Okay. I feel like I went like, oh, a Ferris wheel. The tour, whatever. Okay. Well, listen, it's recorded. We'll listen back.
Okay.
The tour guide gives us a history of the amusement park and lets us know at least 5 children died, either on the rides. That's horrible.
What a downer.
Oh my gosh, I did totally watch this episode.
Oh, of William Shatner.
Look, I'm like, this sounds so familiar.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
You did. You announced it already.
Yeah, I know, but I thought that I had skipped that episode because it was episode 1, but I remembered I went back and watched it with Blake. So, yes. Oh, it's creepy. At least 5 children died, either on the rides or in the pool in the park's several decade-long history. Wow. This truly is a tragic place. It sounds horrible.
Yeah.
We use various methods of speaking to the spirits, including the spirit box. A few people claim to have seen or felt things, but for my family, the first sight was a bust. The second sight was much of the same with a few stories. A few people who heard, felt, or saw something unusual, but still not much of anything. I'm definitely a believer, but I was starting to doubt whether this place was haunted at all. And maybe we just got duped by these ghost hunting people into overpaying for a place to camp.
Oh,
I mean, I mean, the skeptic in me says probably. No, in that episode that it talks about it being like cursed because so many kids died there.
Oh, golly.
And it was late. It was like 2:30 in the morning at this point. And every time we moved to a different location, our group got smaller and smaller. Oh, what happened to them? That's scary. People were just giving up on the ghosts and going to bed. Okay. That's not as scary as my version. In my head.
Squatters.
Yes, always. The third site was next to a pond with the loudest bullfrogs I've ever heard. The tour guide literally had to shout to be heard over these frogs. They, however, did add to the atmosphere because every once in a while, one of them would jump into the water and a couple of people in the group would shout.
Oh,
it was hilarious, and I was definitely startled by them more than once. The hunt was definitely becoming more fun. Also, at this point, the location of the former pool, we were definitely getting some activity.
Huh.
Here we go.
Okay.
We were using a spirit box, and it sounded like a kid whispering and trying to tell us something. It was so creepy and convincing that my sister, Julie, began crying. Oh, man. Sad, but still vague, and not proof enough for more skeptical members of the group. I love that. They're like, it's a kid saying something.
Yeah.
I still don't believe.
Yeah.
That would be me.
I would be crying.
Yes.
Actually, I'm dead inside, so I don't know if I'd be crying, but I would be believing.
You would believe. Then the ghost hunting group decided to take a break at 3 a.m. Witching hour.
That's right. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you. They were trying to get more audio recordings that sounded like the whispering kid. They were so excited that I realized this is probably the most convincing evidence that they ever had discovered themselves. And since it didn't do much for me, I went to bed. This break was longer than 5 minutes, and I just gave up. I had to get some sleep. About an hour later, Rebecca returns to the neighboring tent. I asked if they had seen anything, and she said something that didn't make any sense. I assumed she was exhausted from staying up so late and went back to sleep. The next morning, I found out that I had missed the most exciting event of the evening.
Oh, no.
Or morning, rather. It was around 4 a.m. The fifth site was an area where a Native American burial ground was discovered long after the property was an amusement park. Maybe that's why it's cursed.
That's right.
They were using a laser grid projector to see if they could make out a movement. Wow, they seem advanced.
Yeah, we did the laser grid thing in Savannah.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Waverly Hills. I'm like, damn, I really tuned that out. I try to pay attention, but sometimes. They were using a laser grid projector to see if they could make out any movement or figures lurking in the darkness. They would project the dots at a certain spot, see nothing, and then move a few feet to do the same thing. They did this about 10 times without much evidence produced. Disappointed, the group turned around, and there it was, a full-body apparition.
Oh, the dream.
The dream. It stood there, stock still, with its head cocked in an awkward, seemingly impossible position.
Ew, like a bit neck lady.
Ew, that's horrible. Everyone in the group saw it.
Shut your mouth.
Like the whole group. Not just a couple of people squinting. And it just stood there, not moving and facing the group of people. Ooh.
Oh my gosh. For how long?
No one knew what to do. It didn't disappear when they blinked. It's supposed to go away when you blink.
That's right.
It just stood its ground, unmoving and blocking their path to return to the campsite. Ooh.
That is awful.
The tour guide then tried to engage the apparition in conversation.
Well, brave.
Right, but it did not respond. He tried to provoke it, saying, "We're not scared of you. What's your message for us?
Oh,
Are you trying to warn us of something? Who are you?" But you're firing off questions. Give it a second. But the figure did not move. It did not acknowledge the presence of anyone in the group.
Oh.
It just stood facing them in complete silence. How weird. After about a minute of this, Julie, the one that cried with the spirit box voice earlier, grabbed the flashlight away from the tour guide and pointed the beam directly at the figure.
Whoa, brave.
It was Rebecca.
Oh my gosh. Sarah, you're fired.
Yes, I love Rebecca. We do share a birthday.
It was Rebecca. What does that mean?
Okay, this next part I'm kind of skeptical about.
Okay.
The tour guide, which is funny to say because we now know it's Rebecca. The tour had taken so long and there were so many delays that she had fallen asleep standing up. I'm going to I think that's not true. I think Rebecca knew what she was doing. I think she's a little bit of a prankster, and I love it. And did not hear the questions being posed at her at all. When the group finally caught up to her, she returned to the tent and didn't continue to the sixth site. Now I understood what she had said to me in the middle of the night. When I asked if they saw anything, she replied simply and honestly, without elaboration, they saw me. And then went to sleep.
Like you're
right.
It was me.
It did it. I was the one the whole time. My husband swears that he knew the figure was Rebecca all along, but didn't want to pipe up after the backlash from his fresh ghost.
Probably a good call.
Oh, that's hilarious. My apologies to Aaron. More stories later. You're a fan.
Man,
I love Sarah.
That's almost as bad as Jane and her stupid cat.
You know what's funny is that flashed in my mind. I was like, I bet this is pissing Aaron off because Sarah has written in 2 amazingly good stories, just like Jane did.
Yeah.
And both times I didn't have to work to debunk.
Very frustrating.
I mean, some people could say, was Rebecca possessed?
I mean, you did have the whispering child on the spirit box. You had stuff happening.
Okay. You had something.
Anyways,
it's a creepy atmosphere for sure.
For sure. I think I'd like to go there. It's a little scary and super sad that it's cursed.
It is sad. Well, I mean, I don't believe in curses either, but it's sad that children died there. Here's my thing. Like, to me, a place would be cursed if it weren't set up for death. Like an amusement park, I feel like, is kind of set up for things to go awry.
Oh, wow. Dark.
Well, I mean, it is, though. I mean, it's like I watched Blake get on top of that, like on that roller coaster the other day. And I was like listening to this thing creak. It was at the state fair.
Yeah. I don't trust rides that move, that are like transported to other places.
Blake is my stepson. I consider him one of my children. I did not approve of this. I was gone. I walked up and I see James watching him up there. And I was like, I cannot believe you let your child get on that roller coaster.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, he's having a blast. I'm like, until he dies. I mean, he didn't, but I mean, and that's horrible. I'm joking about it, but amusement parks, horrible things happen there.
It's true.
So to call it cursed, I'm like, no, I feel like if it were just like a field where like all of a sudden, anytime children walk by it, they die.
Yeah.
That sounds like a cursed place.
Yeah.
If curses existed, but an amusement park, that's just facts. You're going to have rickety things, a pool, like who knows what lifeguards are there. I don't know. That's just, it's
death traps.
Death traps everywhere.
All right, fine. I don't know. That's really scary. I would like to go myself.
Yeah, definitely.
And prove you wrong.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess thank you, Sarah. No, I'm kidding. I love it.
I love them. Great stories, Sarah. Keep them coming.
I know. Really, as long as you have a good story and it's well written and makes me laugh, I love it.
Right.
Even if you're going to debunk your own story, it's fine.
I love these nights. I can just sit back, relax.
That's right. All right. Well, now it's time to stop relaxing.
Okay. I'm on. I got this. So I've been holding on to this fan favorite.
Okay.
Near and dear to our hearts. It's the lovely Jenny from Japan.
Oh.
One of our best stories yet.
Remember, that samurai story.
The tunnel, the weird tunnels, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to read you what I say to her because I'm very complimentary and I don't want other fan favorites to get jealous.
Oh, okay. All right.
But really, a great story and then leaves us an amazing review. So
yes.
I don't want to say that I called her the best of the best, but maybe I did.
Okay. Well, if you want to become the best of the best like Jenny, leave a review.
Yeah. I mean, like do something. Don't expect to get this status for nothing. I'm just saying that. Sorry. 2 glasses of wine. I mean, that was a big pour last time.
Yeah. If you want to call that one glass. That second one, holy mackerel.
Okay. So Jenny says, Megan spells my name right.
Lovely.
I mean, granted, it isn't a message thing, but that's
a lot of people ignore that.
I know they do. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. You're welcome, Jenny. You're so welcome. I can't even begin to tell you how excited I was that you read my story on the podcast and how honored I am that you would pick me as a fan favorite. My family and I are busy packing up and getting ready to leave Japan and head back to the U.S.
Yay.
That's exciting. I hope they're excited. I am. I'm not quite sure. But I am excited. And she'll be closer to us. But I hope she's happy about that.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure if I want the ghost samurai to come with us or not.
Oh.
But to be honest, I'm going to miss him a little bit.
Oh.
Yeah, because he was like a protector.
Yeah.
The organization I would love to highlight is the Navy Marine Corps Relief Society. They are an amazing organization that provides emergency financial support for military families in need. That's great.
That is cool.
Military life is stressful to say the least, and so many of our service members put their lives on the line, and yet they still live below the poverty line. That is horrible, which is an absolute travesty. Yep, absolutely. There it is. So many young military families struggle to put food on the table. That's horrible. And just get by day to day, and that's under the best circumstances. Once you add in the stress of moving every few years and deployments, it can be very hard to keep your head above water financially. NMCRS helps the Navy and Marines with short-term loans for emergencies, as well as offering several financial planning classes to help struggling service members and their families thrive during these uncertain times. I was in the Navy before I met my husband, and I was a NMCRS volunteer. And let me tell you, there is no better feeling than to help a service member make sure they get home in time for the birth of their child in the middle of deployment when they thought that they wouldn't be able to simply because of the cost of the plane ticket. Ugh. That's horrible.
That is horrible.
Or seeing the relief on someone's face when they are able to make it home to mourn the death of a beloved family member and not have to worry about being able to afford the cost of getting home. These amazing men and women give so much, and I love that we can give a little bit back to help them in times that they are in need. I put in a link to NMCRS website below. Any help, big or small, is so appreciated and goes to help some of the bravest and strongest families during the hardest times of their lives. Thank you so much for your podcast and for all the laughs. And then she gives us the website.
Awesome.
Yeah, that is amazing.
Amazing. And we love Jenny. That story was so good. If you haven't listened to that story, it was really good.
It was so good. I said, wow, I was so naive to so much of this. Thank you for educating myself and others. Perfect. Thank you again, and safe travels. May I suggest Louisville?
Right? Oh,
but then she says, we are moving to Louisiana, so it's not that long of a commute. Okay. And then crab legs and drinks on me when we hang out.
Ooh, okay, dokie.
And also, I love Louisiana.
I'd love to go to Louisiana.
Let's do it.
All right. Well, thank you, Jenny. And that's an awesome cause. We will definitely be donating some money to that. If you want to support that too, we'll have the link in our notes. If you would like to follow information about our podcast, you can check our website out at www.myskepticalsister.com, where you can find out where to write in. You can find out how to become a Patreon. You can find out all kinds of fun stuff, including our P.O. box. And girl, we were like, this is why we started the podcast.
I mean, things are happening here.
I know. Shelly, who was a former fan favorite, sent us in so much, like a box full of crocheted, handmade.
You all, when I say we opened it and like my jaw dropped.
Yeah, it's shocking. So she listened to the episode where I talk about how I'm a hippie and I don't use soap in the shower. I just use those Norwex cloths. And she sent in like makeup remover pads that she made. I've been using them every night.
I left them here.
Yeah, I know.
Because I was so, they're so beautiful, and I was a little tipsy, and I'm like, I don't want to like put these down and like have, ew, the men and boys in my house like use them to clean their genitalia. That's horrible. No.
It's not for that.
No. These are like my precious face things that nobody else gets to touch.
Right.
So I had to think like I've got to carve out a space for myself for this.
Yeah, they're beautiful. I mean, and it's a whole box full of stuff, and we are so grateful. It was so sweet.
Yeah, and she sells them, right?
I think so. Yeah.
We need to shout out how she sells them. Come on, Shelly.
Her Instagram handle is Tales of a Hooker.
Nice.
So
nice.
Yeah, it really is beautiful stuff and really helpful. I really have been using them every night. It's awesome.
100%. And if she weren't already a fan favorite, she would have gotten up there pretty fast after that gift.
That's right.
I can't wait. I'm taking them home tonight.
Okay. Yeah, you should. Because
I don't know where I'm going to hide them. I'm for real going to hide them somewhere.
You should. I can't promise they won't get used if you leave them here. I'll go through your stuff.
No. Okay. I'm taking them tonight. That's fine. I'm taking them tonight. They've got to be for me. I am so excited about them. They're beautiful.
I know.
we're gonna
She
take
did a
we
little
took a
handmade
picture, right?
loofah.
Yeah, we were gonna take a picture.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, that's great.
All right. So you can find out that if you want to try to be as cool as these people sending us wonderful gifts. You can also join our Patreon. We do a movie night once a month for $5, or you can get any of our bonus content for $3 a month.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, please write in your stories at myskepticalsister@gmail.com, or, on that website. Rate, review, subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your families. What else do I need to say? Megan, take it away. We'll talk to you next week.
Pote the Bane.
Mm-hmm.
It's Creole, Louisiana.
Yep.
La 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 la.
Oh, I'm joking.
It's fine. I'm really funny tonight. Erin just can't laugh at me, otherwise she'll cough.
That's right. Shut up. Just sitting. Oh my gosh, that burp smelled so bad. What did you eat? Was it garlic only?
No, I didn't even have garlic.
Oh my
It
gosh.
was salmon.
Oh, so gross.
Listen, it was delicious going down. I didn't mind. I didn't mind it coming back up. Sorry that you did.
Oh, gross.
So I was also age 22. Can't hold in farts or burps.
I was like, I'm gonna power through, and they're like, I cannot. It took my breath away.
You know what I love is that I think you're the only person on this earth that I'm that comfortable around, just letting that shit go.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh man.
Oh, you're so welcome.
Oh wow. Okay.
About an hour later, Rebecca. Who's Rebecca?
Her cousin that you share a birthday.
Oh, that's right.
I'm glad you all bonded.
How quickly I forgot. Sorry, Rebecca. Damn.
To see if I could see any visual hallucination. Oh.
Say that word again. Hallucinations.
Hallucinations. Any visual hallucin. Son of a bitch. So we said cheers.
So we said cheers.
Tell my Christmas Bob. I don't remember what it was. Jen's Craven. That's what it was.
That was on point though. The tone was on point, or the affliction.
Yeah. North, south,
forward, west.
Never smell
fuzzy waffles.
Oh,
and I
would not.
Listen, I stand by that advice. Yeah. Even if that's not what it is, I stand by that advice.
Not short for follow with me.
Doesn't it? No.
No sweat.
Okay. No sweat for
freaking Willie.
No sweat for the wiser.
Oh, that's it. That's it.
Okay, that sounded pretty smart. Okay.
Yeah.